This next exercise is called the dumbbell pullover. Now this is a great exercise for building strength and size for the upper body. And why? Because you develop a lot of range of motion, stretching in the pectoralis major, in the lats, in the serratus anterior, in the intercostals of the ribs, especially if you lower your pelvis throughout the entire movement. This is also a dangerous movement if performed incorrectly because you can injure your shoulders from having the weight go too far back, especially if you do not have the range of motion. So first, to qualify yourself for this exercise, you should be able to do a side flexion assessment, and you should be able to get your shoulders behind the ears. If you do this movement and you're stuck in this position, or you cannot do a wall arm slide in this rat, you should not perform this exercise. If you can, let's go. So we're gonna put the weight on your knees. You're gonna slowly lower yourself. Now the one key thing that people do incorrectly here is, if, as you see from the side profile, their neck is off the bench. What you wanna do is slowly drop yourself a little lower. Your neck is relaxed now. There's no tension in my neck. Now from this position, I can either hold the plate with thumbs out, or if you wanna go thumbs underneath, you may. Now, if you notice my hips are low, this is a high hip range. I do not want that. I want a nice low hip range to get that stretch in the rib cage. And from this position, I'm bending the elbows and I'm locking them. As I move the weight, I'm not gonna move my elbows up and down. All I'm doing is simply slowly lowering the weight until I get a nice deep stretch, inhaling and then exhale, and come right back up. So key things to remember. Number one, slowly lower the weight, inhale. Once you get past this range, exhale and stop right above your face. If I come too far forward, I'm using my shoulders, so it becomes a shoulder movement versus a chest and a back movement. Slowly lower myself, dropping my hips, inhaling, and then exhaling as I come up. If I want to keep a lot of tension on my chest, I can keep it above my head, so it's almost like doing a partial flex of the muscle, keeping more tension on it. Inhale, and come right back up. If you decide to do this with straight arms, what's happening is you're putting too much distance from the dumbbell to your shoulder, and that's gonna put a lot of pain in the midsection area. If you bend your elbows too much, this becomes a lat movement. So this is all lats. It's almost like a pullover to hit the serratus anterior and latissimus dorsi. So what you wanna do is go straight over, slightly bent arms, knees bent, inhaling on the way down, and exhaling on the way up. When you're done with the weights, let it come down to your chest, slowly lower, dropping the weight. And that, my friends, is the dumbbell pullover.